everyone and welcome to FPS Chess. In this video I am going to teach you some tips and tricks in this excellently made game. This is a fun twist on the classic chess game, adding a lot more of a challenge. In this opening, I decided to go straight down the middle because it provides opportunities for my queen and bishop to attack the center of the board. Here, we can see that the pawn is trying to create distance between my sentry and himself. I nearly fumbled the skirmish due to a lack of blocking. Thankfully, my sentry was able to get a lucky headshot. Now that we have advantage of the board, I decided to move out my queen as it's the most powerful attack piece. Here, we're just building up a good defensive screen in order to prevent any pieces getting by. My opponent makes the mistake of trying to push with a pawn, allowing my queen to strike his formation. Now we're just trying to keep above him so that he has a harder time shooting back at us. One thing to remember is that the thrown pieces deal a ton of damage. Now my opponent has to respond, since my queen has the opportunity to take out 3 of his specialist units. Now what this opponent does correctly is flying away from the situation, allowing them to repair their damage. Again, I almost fumbled the skirmish because I got way too close to the shotgun blast. Now it is our turn again. My queen is in an excellent position to clean up the defensive rook and the strategic horse. One thing about the queen is that it is unable to block the horse's charged arrow, which means we need to keep distance between us and the horse. My opponent, having lost both his bishop and horse, now has to use his rook in order to remove my queen. The problem with this is that the rook, although overpowered, it has very little health and is meant to be used as a defensive unit. This is an excellent example of how low skill the queen is in FPS chess. Now that my queen has completely punched a hole in the enemy battle line, it is time to end this game by destroying the king. I almost lost my queen to that pull, but the last lucky shot on the king's foot won the game. Here's our next game, and I've decided to open with our defensive rook. Our opponent has tried flanking my pawn, but unfortunately for him, I'm going to place our horse to add pressure. Since I fumbled so horribly last game, I'm going to go for the high ground forced climb strategy. In this case, my opponent has refused to climb, allowing me to get precious headshots on his vulnerable position. Here, we've baited the pawn into making a fatal mistake by climbing after I dove under him. So again, we've gained control of the board and have pressure on the center. The decision now is to pick a good attacking unit. Our options in this case is either the bishop or pressing with the horse. Our opponent has messed up again by entering the fight with a pawn, and is in a confused state as he has no specialists to dislodge our wall. I'm going to attempt the same strategy of high ground, forced climb. It is best used in a pawn versus pawn situation, or in a situation where you have distracted the enemy queen with a sentry. Our opponent accepts the climb, allowing us to ambush him by diving under. Now it's a boxing match in which we need to aim low to get hits. Headshots won't be effective here. Our opponent makes a good decision here by attempting to destroy our pawns with his defensive rook. Luckily, I flank him in a way that he has no idea we are behind him. He attempts to grapple away, but it's too late. We are way too close. I'm not exactly sure what the thought process was here, but either way we will still be promoting this pawn to a queen. A good thing about the pawn is that it has a lot of block power, meaning it is able to tank these fully charged arrows and still have the block up. I'm assuming the opponent is screaming and crying right now, considering the fact that the left flank is totally unguarded. In with the promotion, and now our queen is ready to defeat the rest of the enemy specialists. Our opponent attempts evasive maneuvers to get away, but it's generally ineffective against a queen. And with this final win, our enemy forfeits the match, allowing a sweet second victory. I hope you've enjoyed this little video and gained some insight into the world of FPS chess. The game is free on Steam if you want to try for yourself. Subscribe if you want to, and have a great day.